Brittany, I have been watching your Twitter feed all day. You have been paying homage to the victims, talking about their lives. Tell me what you are making as you watch this all unfold.
Well, like you said, Alicia, I am thinking of the families of Andre McInerney, Haywood Patterson, Celestine Chaney, Roberta Drury, Pearlie Young, Aaron Salter Jr., Ruth Whitfield, Kat Massey, and the other folks who have been affected by this, the entire community. I've been listening very closely to the voices of those who are from Buffalo and who live in Buffalo, especially in this community. As you said, it is a historically Black community. And this grocery store, Tops, was a center for that community. The community actually fought for decades to get this store, which is the only grocery store, the only full grocery store in a community that was otherwise affected by food apartheid. They finally organized and got this grocery store opened in 2003. This is not only where people bought food for their families, it's where they paid bills. It's where they got food stamps and received SNAP benefits. It's where people were able to access because it was on a bus line, and it was where people knew your name. People often talked about Aaron Salter Jr. greeting them, the security guard greeting them and making jokes with them about the rickety shopping carts as they walked in. These are the memories that people are carrying with them through what could have been prevented. And I want to be very clear about this. White supremacy is a systems project. It is very tempting to individualize this. It is very tempting to call this simply a tragedy. We're already seeing these mental illness narratives all over the place. But in truth, radicalization requires books and copycat manifestos, tech platforms, meeting places, political parties, media, and content to develop the kind of people who would go and commit this kind of horror. The system was successful and an entire community is suffering for it. And we need to wrap our arms around that community as we challenge our lawmakers and our leaders to shift the system that continues to create these outcomes.
Rick, let's talk about those lawmakers. Let's talk about those leaders, and let's talk about what Brittany describes as a system problem, because it's not just Fox News. You have GOP lawmakers echoing this, quote, great replacement theory, including New York Congresswoman Elise Stefanik. Back in September, Albany's Times Union editorial board wrote, quote, Stefanik isn't so brazen as to use the slogans themselves. Rather, she couches the hate in alarmist, anti-immigrant rhetoric that's become standard fare for the party of Donald Trump. And she doesn't quite attack immigrants directly. Instead, she alleges that Democrats are looking to grant citizenship to undocumented immigrants in order to gain a permanent liberal majority, or as she calls it, a permanent election insurrection. I would add to all of that, Rick, that just this past week, as we were talking about the baby formula shortage, you had Republican elected officials saying, well, the reason that we don't have enough formula for our American citizen babies is because you have formula going to immigrant babies that are in detention. That line runs through all of their rhetoric. How dangerous is it? Not just coming from Fox News, not just coming from the far reaches of the internet, but coming from some of the top brass of the Republican Party?
Well, it's extremely dangerous and it's horrific. I mean, this was an act of domestic terrorism, nothing else. I saw your chyron a moment ago said racially motivated. That's a euphemism. It was a racist act of terrorism. And this idea, the great replacement theory, is like the Mein Kampf of white supremacists. It basically suggests that white Christian Americans are being replaced by people of color and by immigrants. And unfortunately, this is something that's been around in our history for hundreds of years. I mean, back in the 1920s, the Ku Klux Klan had 5 to 6 million members who were lynching people of color. So this is a noxious thing. And for politicians on the right, Republicans, to use some of this language between the lines, it does stoke hatred in a young man like this who basically has access to these racist creeds, basically has access to assault weapons and body armor, and then made access and drove 200 miles to shoot Black people. I mean, it's really an appalling thing.
Matt, this month, New York Times reported on the racist rhetoric on Tucker Carlson's Fox show. It reads, quote, at a moment when white backlash is the jet fuel of a Republican Party striving to return to power in Washington, Carlson has become the preeminent champion of Americans who feel most threatened by the rising power of Black and brown citizens. To channel their fear into ratings, Mr. Carlson has adopted the rhetorical tropes and exotic fixations of white nationalists who have watched gleefully from the fringes of public life as he popularizes their ideas. Talk to me, Matt, about how Fox News amplifies these extreme views that you used to only find in the dark corners of the internet.
You don't need to read this guy's manifesto. You can just turn on Fox News at 8 p.m. any given weekday, and you will see the same themes, the same idea that American diversity is destroying the country, the same fear of an invasion of migrants across the southern border, and the same great replacement conspiracy theory. He's doing it all. And because he is so influential at Fox and within the conservative movement, what he decides to popularize spreads throughout both of them. Tucker Carlson is doing exactly what his bosses want. They want his blood-soaked conspiracy theories. If they didn't, they would have stopped it by now, but they've decided not to.